Hi guys, Liz with the Busy Bee here. Today we'll be making these really quick and easy lavender flowers. These work so great as decoration or room decor. Here I have a singular lavender, but you can also make multiple to create this really pretty bunch of lavender. As always, a link to the written pattern will be provided in the description box below if you want to follow along with that as well. So let's get started. The materials you'll be needing today include your 3.5mm crochet hook, along with your scissors, yarn needle, and ribbon or twine if you decide to make the bunch of lavender. You'll also be needing your medium weight yarn in two different colors, green for the stem and purple for the flower. Okay, so let's get going. We're going to begin by making the I-cord for the stem of the lavender. You'll need your crochet hook and green yarn for this part. Make sure to double your yarn as I have done here. Now using our crochet hook, we'll begin by measuring out 9 sections of yarn. If your tension is looser, I suggest measuring out 2 to 3 additional sections. Now we will start the I-cord by making a slip knot. To do this, wrap the yarn around your finger going away from you, and then bring it back up to overlap. Now pull this off your fingers, and pull your yarn through this loop. Just like this. Bring up the yarn, and now pull tight on the bottom strands to finish off the slip knot. Now adjust your slip knot onto your hook. Here you want to make sure that the side of the yarn that we measured is on the left side of the slip knot. Okay, so now we can begin making the I-cord. We will have 2 sections, the yarn towards the front of the slip knot and the strand to the back of the slip knot. Taking the strand to the front of the slip knot, which is this strand here, we will loop this strand over a hook going away from us. Now we will take the strand coming from the back of the loop and pull it over a hook going towards us. We can use this to pull through all loops on our hook, just like this, and we created our first chain. Now we will repeat this. Taking the yarn coming out from the side of the chain, pull this over a hook going away from us. Take the yarn coming from the top of the chain and pull this over a hook coming towards us. Now we will use this to pull through all loops on our hook and we have our second chain. Now we'll repeat this for a total of 45 chains. So since this is just a repeating process, I'll go ahead and complete a few more chains for you to follow along with here. Just continue on until you get those 45 chains, and I'll speed up the video here for you and meet you back here when I have that almost completed. Okay, so here I have the 45 chains worked up. This is what it should look like so far. Now we can go ahead and pull our yarn on our hook through, just like this, and cut the excess yarn. Now we will use both tails to make 2 simple knots. Once we are done making the knot, we can go ahead and hide the tails through the stem. As you can see here, I am struggling a bit to pull the yarn through, so if you are having the same issue, I suggest hiding each tail one by one rather than 2 strands at a time like I did. Okay, so I'll just hide the other tail now and meet you back here. Once both tails are hidden, we can go ahead and cut the yarn. Now our stem is completed. Now we can move on to making the flower portion of the lavender. For this part, you'll be needing your hook and your purple yarn. We will begin by making a slip knot with our purple yarn. Once again, you just wrap the yarn around your fingers going away from you, then bring it back up to overlap. Now pull this off your fingers and pull your yarn through this loop. Bring up the yarn and pull tight on the bottom strands to finish the slip knot, just like this. Once this is done, we can set that aside for now. Here you will have to choose the top and bottom of the stem. You can choose to work in either end, but I'm going to choose the slip knot end of the stem as the bottom. This will give a neater end result. Now we will count up to that 28th chain from the bottom of the stem. Once we reach that 28th chain, we can insert our hook. You want to make sure not to go through both loops, so I'll use that 27th chain as an example. So here are both loops. This is what we don't want to do, but rather we just want to enter one loop like this. Once we have our hook into that one loop of the 28th chain, we can go ahead and pull our slip knot through. Now we can chain 3, turn the stem slightly and find that next loop of the same 28th chain. Insert our hook, yarn over, pull through that green loop, and then pull through that purple loop as well to make a slip stitch. Now we're going to repeat that 2 more times. So chain 3, turn the stem, find the green loop from the same 28th row of chains. It's going to be this one here. Now we can insert our hook into that loop, yarn over with our purple yarn, and pull through all the loops in our hook to create that slip stitch. Now we will chain 3 again, turn the stem, find our next green loop from the same 28th row. It's going to be this one right here. Insert our hook, yarn over with the purple yarn, pull through all the loops in our hook. Now we've completed one full row of flower petals. This is how it looks on our finished project. Now we're just going to repeat the steps of slip stitching and chaining 3 all the way up until the end of the stem. So I'll go through one more row for you guys to follow along with. We're going to begin again by chaining 3. Turn the stem and find our next green loop. This time we'll be working on the 29th row. So I'm going to go into this loop here. Insert your hook. Yarn over, pull through all loops on our hook. Now chain 3. Turn the stem, find that next green loop. It's going to be this one right here. Insert the hook, yarn over with that purple yarn, pull through all loops on the hook. Now we're going to repeat that 2 more times, so chain 3. Turn the stem, find our next green loop. This one right here. Insert the hook, yarn over, pull through all loops on the hook. Chain 3. Turn the stem, find that last green loop of the row. It's going to be this one right here. Insert the hook, yarn over, pull through all loops in our hook, and now we have our second row of petals completed. It's just going to be that same process all the way up until the end of the stem. And now I'm just going to finish that up, and I'll meet you back here when I'm almost to the end of the stem. Okay, so here we are. I only have about 2 to 3 rows left on the stem, so I'll go ahead and finish those up now. Okay, so now I have reached the top of the stem where that knot is located. When we reach this point, we're going to continue on with that same pattern we have been working with for the rest of the flower, and find our last 4 green loops from this top portion of the stem as well. Okay, so now we've finished up around the knot. To end off the flower portion, we will chain 3 one last time, and instead of working into a green loop, we will insert our hook into a loop from a purple chain. So I'll go ahead and choose this one here. Just like this. Okay, so now we'll yarn over, pull through all loops on our hook to create our last slip stitch, and then chain 1 and fasten off. Now we can cut the excess yarn, leaving a tail. Using the tail, we will sew the top petal down, closing off any gaps that you see. So I like to focus on this top gap here and also this one on the side as well. Now you don't have to be super precise here, simply fix any areas that you see a large space in between the petals. So I'll go ahead and do that now. Okay, so once this is done and we like the way our petals look, we can go ahead and hide the 2 tails that are left over. Now we can cut the excess yarn. And here's where you can adjust the petals and straighten out the stem of the lavender to finish it off. Okay, so now here is our finished lavender. I love to make lots of these flowers and tie them up with ribbon or twine. They just look so cute. I hope you had so much fun with this quick and simple pattern. I would love to see your finished projects as well, so don't forget to find and tag me on social media. Also, don't forget to subscribe. We have lots of great tutorials coming to the channel and I wouldn't want you to miss out. You can find the link to the written pattern and full shop in the description below, where we have lots of other fun and easy projects just like this. Okay, until next time. Bye!